Hi boys and girls, how you all doing? Alright, have you done your area and perimeter worksheet chapter 13? Alright, so I'm going through the answers for the worksheet. Okay, so we will start off with page 119. Okay, let us do a quick recap. How do you find perimeter of each figure? Right, you need to know the length and the breadth, right? And perimeter of a rectangle, all you need to do is to add the length and the length plus the breadth and the breadth. All right, because this is 7, this is also 4. All right, so your answer is for this one, okay, your answer will be 22. Okay, next, this is a square. Square, all sides are equal. Okay, so you have, if that is 6, this will also be 6, 6 and 6. So if you're finding the perimeter of a square, you can do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, or straight away you just take 6 times how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sides, so that's 24. Or you can do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals to 24. Okay, but because that is not an option, this is, so it's 6 times 4, 24. Okay, right, next. Perimeter of a rectangle is 32. Now perimeter is given, the breadth is given, so highlight the perimeter is 32, the breadth is 5, find the length. Okay, so here, this is the length, this is the breadth, so you have the perimeter. So perimeter given as 32. How do you find the length? You just take the length plus the length, right? So length plus the length will give you okay, you need to find the length plus the length, so that is your perimeter, that is 32, minus your breadth, minus breadth, so you get 22. But you only want to find one length, that is 22 divided by 2, that's 11. So length is 11 cm, so that's 11, 11. Okay, right, next, the perimeter of a rectangle is 24. Right, perimeter is 24, the length is 9, find the breadth. Okay, so you have here, so you have the breadth and the breadth, breadth plus breadth equals to, your perimeter is 24, minus here length is 9, here is also 9, minus 9 minus 9, so that will give you as 6, but that's not your answer yet, so we just need to find one. Breadth equals to 6 divided by 2 of that, so that's 3. So the breadth is 3. cm. Okay, right, next. The perimeter of a square is 20. Perimeter is 20, it's a square. Find the length of one side. Now, because it's a square, all the sides are equal, they are the same. So all you need to do is to take your 20 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sides, and that's a 5. So the length of the square is 5 cm. Okay, right, next. The perimeter of a square is 36. So again, this is a square. Perimeter of a square is 36. The length of one side. Find the length of one side of the square. Alright, so that's 36. So you know that all the sides are the same. They are equal, right? It's a square. So 36 divided by 4 is equals to 9. So the length of the square is 9 cm. Okay, done. Right, let's take a look at practice 2. Right, now you are finding area. All right, no longer length, no longer perimeter. It's area of the figure. Now remember, area is, formula for area is length times breadth. Okay, so here find the area of each figure. Find the area of each figure. So area of the rectangle is 12 times 6. Okay, and that is 72 centimeters square. Okay, now this is square. Square means all the sides are equal. Area of square is 9 times 9, so your answer is 81 square centimeter. Okay, right, next. Area of rectangle is 78. So remember, this is area. Breadth is 6. So the breadth is 6. The length is not known. You are supposed to find the length. Now go back to the formula. What is the formula of area? Area equals to length times breadth. What is given? Area is 78. Length is not known, so just write L because you don't know the length, but you know the breadth, and that's 6. How do you find the length? So length is 78 divided by 6, and your answer is 13. So the length is 13 centimeter. Is everybody okay? Right, let's do the next one. A rectangle has an area of 56 square centimeter. Its length is 8. Find the breadth. Okay, so this is a rectangle, not a square. It may look like a square, but it's not. Okay, so we have this 8, which means, all right, the breadth is supposed to be slightly shorter, okay, than the length. So we have here area equals to length times breadth. Always go back to the formula. Then you fill in what's the area, 56. The length given as 8. Do you know the breadth? You don't know, just copy down as B. Okay, so your breadth here is equals to 56 divided by 8, and your answer is 7. So the breadth is 7 cm. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the next page. All right, it's like a diamond shape square here. Okay, area of a square is 64 square centimeter. Find the length of one side of the square. All right, and there is a hint here, a clue. What number multiplied by itself is equal to 64? So again, you go back to the formula of area, that is length times breadth. Now you know the area, you put it here. You don't know the length, you don't know the breadth, but you do know something. What times what number will give you a 64? The number must be the same because the length and breadth are equal. Yes? Yeah, you're right. It's 8, right? 8 times 8 gives you 64. So the length is 8 cm. Please do not go and take 64 divided by 4. That's not the formula. The formula states length times breadth. Okay? Not length divide by something or whatever. Right? Okay. Let's move on to question 5. The area of a rectangular piece of paper, all right, area, rectangular piece of paper is 48 square centimeter. Its length is given as 8 centimeter. Okay, first question, we do part A first, find its breadth. Okay, So you're supposed to find the breadth given the area. Okay, area, so you write down the formula for area is equals to length times breadth. Area given is 48. Length is 8. Breadth is unknown. Okay, so you are supposed to find the breadth. So all you need to do is to take your 48 divided by 8. Work backwards, right? So your answer is 6. So breadth is 6 centimeter. Okay, so we are done with part A. Okay, now let's take a look at part B. Okay, now part B, they want us to find the perimeter of the rectangle. Alright, so here we already know the length is 8. This length is also 8 cm. This breadth is 6 cm. This breadth is also 6 cm. Right? So can you find the perimeter? Yes. So perimeter equals to 8 plus 6 plus 8 plus 6. Right? So you add them all up, right? Your answer is 28. So the perimeter is 28 centimeter. Right? Perimeter, so it must be in cm. Okay? So we are done with part B. Is everybody okay? Right. Question 6. Let's take a look at question 6. Alright. I'm sure you are done with this, right? Okay, let's check our answers. Okay, so here given as area of a square. Take note, it's area of a square garden. That's 100 square meter. Okay, part A. Find the length of each side of the garden. So length. Now, as you know, it's a square. Square means all the lengths are equal. Okay, because it's area, you have to write down the formula for area first. Area is equals to length times breadth. You know the area is 100 given. Okay, right, so the length and the breadth must be the same number. So what times what will give you 100 of the same number? Yes, 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. So the length, so there you have it, you already found. So length is 10 cm. Meter. Meter. Okay? Meter. Okay? Alright, now, so I will erase this. This is meter, okay, class? Right, meter. Okay, now, part B. Find the perimeter of the garden. So after finding, we have, this is 10, 10, 10, 10. So you find the perimeter. Right, what's the easiest way to get the perimeter of this garden? It's actually 10 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 times 4 side. Or those of you who want to do 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, you can also do so, alright? But I want to show you 10 times 4 sides. So your answer will be 40, and perimeter is 40 meters. Okay, so far so good? Alright, let's do question 7. Now, the perimeter of a rectangular carpet is 38 meter. Now, this is perimeter, okay, of a rectangular carpet is 38. The breadth is 7 meter. So, right, the perimeter is 38, the breadth is 7. Now, this is perimeter, not area. So, you cannot write area equals to length times breadth, okay? No. This is perimeter, so you know that if this is 7, this is also 7. So, what will be your first step? Right, you add this first, right? You add the breadth first because that's what known. So you just write down total breadth, okay, equals to 7 plus 7 will give you 14. Then you know the perimeter is 38. So 38 minus your 14, all right, will give you 24. right? But this 24 is for both length. So what must you do? Yes, very good. You have to divide it by 2, right? So length is equals to 24 divided by 2. You get 12. So this is 12 and this is 12. Okay, so we found the length. So length is 12 meter. Is everybody okay? So you must be very careful with what the question gives you. If it's perimeter, all right, you've got to find what is the total first, and then you minus with the perimeter given. If it's area, straight away write down length times breadth. Okay, now part B. Find the area of the rectangular carpet. So area equals to length times breadth. So your length is 12 times your breadth is 7. All right, so your area is equals to 60. Sorry, your area is equals to 84. 84. And here you write down area is 84 square meter. Okay? Sorry. Right here. Okay? Right. Next question, and that's the very last question for this practice. Okay, now they ask you to find, okay, what is given? Given is perimeter of a square handkerchief is 28 centimeter. Okay, so you know property of a square, all the sides are equal. So can you tell me how do I find the length given the perimeter? That's the outline. It's 28. Yes, all you need to do is to take your length is equals to 28 divided by 4, because all the lengths are equal and they are talking about perimeter. So that's 7. So length is 7 centimeter. So you're done with part A. Now for part B, they ask you to find the area. So go back to the formula. Area is equals to length times breadth. So now you know that it's all 7. Length is 7 times breadth is also 7. So your answer is 49. So area is 49 centimeter square. Okay, that's it everyone for practice 2. Is everybody okay? Alright, so I will see you again for the next coming practices. Okay? Alright, bye.